Hello students, my name is Dr. Shantanu Ganguly. I am the fellow and area convener of Knowledge Management Division of TERI. Today I am going to discuss with you the marketing of information service, which is an extremely important area to discuss today, because we are all working in the library service, which is a service industry, and in this library service industry we have to come up with a marketing strategies, marketing process, where we are going to look into some of the most important things, that how we can achieve from 4 P's to 7 P's of marketing, how the marketing concept has evolved over the years, and what is exactly the innovation has to take place in the product, in the service of the marketing when we are doing in the context of library. Now, marketing is a very important area, and we either do the library marketing for the products or the service. Now, the product marketing is quite different from the service marketing. The today's agenda for discussions would be what is marketing, the history of the marketing, 4 P's to 7 P's of marketing, the marketing research, the web marketing, the social media marketing, and couple of case studies which I am going to highlight. There are few leaders of marketing concept. The famous marketing guru Philip Kotler. Service marketing was dealt in a great way by Professor Christian Grundros. And as far as the relationship marketing is concerned, the noted names are Adrian Pine and Leonard Berry. Why library marketing is important today? Why we are talking about this subject today? It's because of the funds problem, the library image building. There is a changing scenario of the library information center. A radical change is taking place. Optimum utilization of resources and proactive service to users. Library should be smart, S-M-A-R-T, smart. S stands for specific, focused, measurable or quantifiable, achievable. R stands for relevant, aligned with the objectives, and T, timely, so that appropriate actions could be taken for it. Now, when we look at marketing, there is a vast difference between marketing and selling concept. Marketing doesn't mean selling. Marketing means building awareness among the people, building a trust with the people, whereas selling, when you sell a product. So, marketing is basically nothing but a process meeting the customer and the user requirements. It meets the organization objectives, an exchange process, and applies to the ideas, goods and services. Now, the marketing, if you look at it, the library marketing concept, it was started in 1897. The first time the concept of marketing when started, it was Lucy Stearns. She wrote a book, Books in a Box. You know what is it? In a railway compartment, there was a box which is full of books and which is available for all the used travelers or passengers passing into in that train. And Lucy Stearns established hundreds of traveling libraries like this in Wisconsin between 1895 and 1914. So, library marketing started such a long back. It has taken a long stride since 1970 to 1980s. You will see that how the concept of library marketing has evolved today. Marketing and its application were new in the LIS fields, were more into theoretical and descriptive aspect, where evaluative were discussed by York, Dragon, Gine, Jennings, Cronin. Blaise Cronin is a very famous person in that. Then one aspect of marketing mostly is promotion, public relations, where Butler, Hoey, Hall, Stern, they talk about it. public and university libraries were dealt in a greater way by Oldman, Raza, Norman, Watley and York. Whereas if you look at it, as the 1980 to 1990s, lot of literature were published towards marketing research and segmentation. Kinnell and McDowell, Stewart and Moran. Customer focus was a very important aspect because a lot of emphasis was given to the customer. So Rowley, Johnson, Lozano, they talked about the customer, the user. Marketing planning was given a lot of aspect. Cronin, Morgan and Noble, Weingard, Wood, they have talked about marketing planning. Marketing audit were taken in greater details by Cam, Kute, Batchelor and Dworkin. So these are the movements which have taken place from 1980 to 1990s. Beyond 2000, lot of development, customer was taken into more and more consideration. People started focusing towards building relationship with the users, building relationship with the customer. Lozano, Rowley, Besant, Sharp, Brody Peston and Felice, they talked about relationship marketing. Marketing planning were talked about by Castle and Dodsworth. Marketing is directly proportional to quality were taken up by Harnan and Nitecki, Rowley, Paul and Peter Brophy. Marketing orientation was taken up as a strategic option for the libraries by Singh, Sen, Dinesh Gupta, Ashok Jambekar, Harrison, Shaw and Sayes. But today, the application of marketing had taken up in new dimensions. Marketing strategies for digital library services by Henderson, Baker and Wallach. Marketing library services to the net generation by me and Nesta. Now, we are all aware of the 4 P's of marketing. But today, as far as library marketing is concerned, which is an extreme, library is part of a service sector. So, there we will take into consideration even the 7 P's. Product, price, place, promotion, people, process, physical evidence. Let us take product. It deals with the creation, the development and the management of the products. It talks about the customer needs and wants. The product which has to be developed, it would be based, it is satisfying the needs of the customers. It has to be looked at that way. And introduction of the new products, modifying the existing ones and eliminating those which are no longer satisfying the customer needs is a very, very important component. We will also look into detail when we will take up the product life cycle. Product differentiation, core product, actual product and augmented product. So these are the major differentiations of these 3 kinds of products. Let us look at a product life cycle. A product was initiated in the market. It starts introduction, it takes a growth and it comes to maturity. Now, when a product is matured, it demands a product innovation. If you do not bring out a change or innovate or bring about a radical change in the product, it is going to die of its own death. It is going to decline because customers are now facing a monotony. So, in a PLC curve, which is called as a product life cycle curve, at a stage of maturity, you have to bring in the product innovation. Price, it defines a value obtained in an exchange. When you provide a product to somebody, against it you have a particular price. It may be used as a competitive tool because it is a competitive market. A similar kind of a product can be brought out by 2 people. It is one of the marketing mix available which can be changed quickly with the change in the environment, and it plays both economic and psychological role. Let's take an example of a very highly priced product. When you go to the market, you see a highly priced product, you always look at it that if I am going to buy it, then what kind of value addition I am going to get it from it. So, value addition related to the product related to the price of the product is a very, very important thing. Then comes your promotion, the awareness generation about the organization, new or existing products, to educate the customers or consumers, to include advertising, public relations, personal selling and direct marketing. It is one of the two-way communication with the customers that forms the basis for customer relationship. And promotion of service presents specific difficulties because they are intangible. Now, when you look at it, it is just a 5-finger concept. You have promotion, you have personal selling, you have direct marketing, public relations and publicity and advertising. And all these 5 fingers together, we call it as marketing communications, because it is a two-way communication by which you communicate with your customer, with your user of your library. Now, marketing communication stages in designing the communication strategies. The important is identify the target audience, determine the communication objectives. You have to define the objectives, design the message, select the communication channels, establish promotional budget and decide on promotional mix and the evaluation. Designing the message content, what message to communicate, message structure, how to express the message format, how to represent the message in symbols. We will see a lot of symbols and pictures, how they represent on in several slides later on. Messages source, who should communicate the message, the spokesperson for that particular message. And non-personal communication channels like your press media, the television, the radio, the posters, the leaflets and publicity, the web, these are going to be your marketing communication instruments. Let us take an example of these logos. Ask away. See, some simple logo. Just Oxford Brookes University coming up with a logo. The library, and you see the stack of books are there. It's so appealing. It is so meaningful. These logos are. And these logos are to be designed when you have a kind of a message to deliver. Now, when you are going to deliver a message, who are we targeting? What are we offering to the customers? What drives their decisions? What is their library experience? What could we do better? What should we stop trying to do? And how can we communicate better? If you are able to get an answers for all these questions, I think we have done with the marketing communications. Now, there are ways to deliver your message. You can have an awareness campaign. You can bring out a beautiful annual report. See the beautiful annual report brought out by National Library of Board of Singapore. It is an electronic version. If you click it, it flips through your different pages and gives you a colorful annual report to it. So appealing. Flyers, brochures, posters, bookmarks, press releases, newsletters, email, public service announcements, website, banners, blogs, RSS feeds. These are the different tools, different channels by which you can deliver your message. See this particular symbol. Any user have got a question, where do they hunt for? So they are saying, ask away. Just such an appealing message. Need an answer? Right away. What can you do? Both of the above, but for immediate answers, 24 hours a day. This is called proactive approach. Library marketing and the power of image. If you put a very interesting, a beautiful image, it would be so appealing that it will deliver your message to a large number of audiences. In fact, there was a quote, a picture is worth 1,000 words. See this one. What do you love about the library? It's another way of conducting a survey. Get ahead. A library training session could save your time and improve your marks. It's an appeal in an academic library to all the students. They are inviting by using a small pamphlet, this kind of a promotional mechanisms for the library. What is video marketing? Which is a very interesting concept. Video marketing is the most cost effective way form of advertising. Video marketing is extremely easy for anyone who has a webcam or a small camcorder. All you need to do is record yourself giving out a free marketing advice. Like for example, this is an example of a video tour. You can develop your own video tour of the library, show the different places which are available. It will make it much more appealing for the users to go and look for the right resources at the right places. The fourth is place. Products must be available at the right time and a right convenient location. Place is concerned both with the consumer service delivery points such as the outlets. You need to have a distribution network that ensure that the products make their way from the product producer or creator to the user or to the customer. Distribution in terms of service emphasizes on the right service at the right time in a convenient location. Earlier libraries, both academic and public, used to occupy central locations of the university campuses, but now they have different extension counters. They have come up with small hubs in different departments. The different areas were created and the library has become the central hub of it. Change in the above situation, branch libraries, mobile technology, electronic delivery mechanisms have applied in the libraries so that you can reach out to the users at a very convenient way. Marketing library services, that is the physical, creating a flexible environment in the library, comfortable browsing seats, built-in cafe, late study areas, various spaces for individuals with different styles, group study rooms, quiet study place, computer zones, teaching space and information commons. Those days are gone when the library is always hush, keeping silent. It has become a cultural hub. It has become a much more debated area, much more exchange of ideas area. It has become a space or a hub where the knowledge sharing takes place. And then comes the people, a different dimension of the people who are providing the service. Most services use people in service delivery, often creating and delivering the product in interaction with the customer. The quality of the interaction between the service agent and the customer has a major influence on satisfaction, and developing a trust or a rapport with the customer strengthen the service relation. You have to bring out a relationship with the customers. You have to ask more and more questions. You have to develop a personal relationship with that customers and ask him what kind of resources they need, what kind of products they need, what kind of service they need. When you give an importance to a customer, the customer is automatically going to get attracted to you, because this is called a proactive approach. Information service provider has to have a proactive approach. The process, the sixth part of it. Once a customer has experienced a service process for the first time, they start to learn what their contribution to the process should be. In self-service environments, a public access kiosk, the customer is taken through a process by the prompts on the computer screen. So here what exactly you are doing, you are enabling the user to do many of the performance of their own. So you are empowering the user to perform all those for doing couple of things. Like for example, in an ATM machine, you open an ATM machine, somebody puts a card inside and there are a couple of menus are there. So the person who is using the ATM machine, it is self-directed, self-guided, because there is a defined process is involved in it, and he can go through either withdraw the money, or he can see his balance status, or he can make some request, many things he can do. So he has empowered that person. So similar kind of a empowerment can be done in the case of a user also. Next is physical evidence, physical surrounding from which a service is delivered. Physical evidence is important in service delivery because it usually the tangible clue that the customer has about the quality of the service experience. Libraries and other service industries pay attention to the atmosphere, ambience, image and design of the premises, that is the accessibility. Where you have created your circulation center, where is your technical processing center, Where is your online area? Where is your cyber media area? Where you have kept all your books and journals and whether they have been displayed in the shelf list properly or not? Have you kept a proper direction panels? These are the physical evidences, and if you create a beautiful ambience, then your user, your customers are going to get attracted to your library. Let us take an example of innovation in library architecture. See how beautifully the libraries are created, made much more user friendly, and new kind of innovation has taken place in this different kinds of library. How much colorful they have made it, and what kind of arrangements were given into it, and how much accessibility. Different kind of people can sit there, whether he's an old man, is a young children, or a net generation people, they all have find their own spaces in those places. That's very important. Now, marketing planning cycle, it starts with the marketing audit and analysis, then the revision of the marketing objectives. So what was the marketing objectives? The revision or the formulation of the marketing strategy, the revision and the marketing programs, the identification and the approval of the marketing budgets, the implementation of the marketing plan, and the controls and the evaluation. This is a continuous process. In some of the cases, you may have to revisit your marketing objectives if your marketing strategy is not successful. Now, when I am talking about marketing strategies, it's a relationship marketing. When you are building a relationship with your users, with your customers. And a very important concept today is word of mouth marketing, that is called WOMA concept. Word of mouth, the only thing that really matters to librarians is word of mouth publicity. Take an example. I have visited a very interesting library which has got a beautiful ambience, which provides the best of the services, best of the products. So I will talk to many of my friends, colleagues. I'll tell them, why don't you visit to that particular library? So you can imagine how much publicity of the library is taking place automatically. It is called as WOMA concept. The basic elements of WOMA: good word of mouth is tough to earn even when you are extraordinary. By contrast, bad word of mouth tends to be very ordinary audits, easy to earn and fast to spread. So you need lot of educating people, identifying, providing, studying, listening and responding. And some of the word of mouth marketing tips are: give people something to talk about. It is not that you are going to deliver. Give people something to talk about your library. So word of mouth will publicly come out. Encourage frontline staff to look for opportunities to deliver messages when engaged with customers. Feed the grapevine, personalize, collect testimonials so that you can do a proper profiling, enlist the whole library family. Now, potential Web 2.0 has given a WOMA new kind of avenues. Well, people are talking about personalizations. People develop social bookmarking sites, tagging, blogging, websites, alerts, foxonomies. These are the components which is creating an entire horizon of personalization. And the users, they find that yes, by this WOMA concept, the libraries are marketing manyfold. Developing a library marketing plan. How do you create the marketing plan? So before you begin, make sure your library has a mission and a vision document to guide your work. Consider using patron service or focus groups some point in the process. You have limited resources and limited time, and you don't want to waste either. Remember that your plan will be a roadmap, and side trips often result in unexpected dividends. Now, marketing research are the fundamental questions to solve your problem. It is just a very simple thing. 5W and 1H. Who are our customers? Should be our customers be our competitors? What? Are we talking about the existing products or services, or should we develop something new? Where should we develop our customers? Should we distribute our products and service? Should we launch new products and service? Should we enter new leaving existing markets? When? That is basically the time frame. When should we launch the new product and service? When should we enter new or leave the existing markets? How should we promote our products and services? How should we distribute our products and services? Should we handle consumer reactions and expectations? How should we compete? Should we maintain our performance and evaluation, new opportunities? So these are basically talking about the different kinds of methodology. Why should customers buy our products and services? Should we develop new products and services or particular markets or a particular business? So these are some of the fundamental questions to solve your problem when you are conducting a marketing research. Now, how do you collect the data? Primary data collections through observations or through surveys. Observation means personal, direct, mechanical, indirect, mail, telephone, personal, contacts, and secondary data through internal sources or external sources like accounting records, marketing data banks, sensors, periodicals, reports. These are basically the area from where you can collect the large number of secondary data. There are several other areas from where also you can take a large number of data like directories, different libraries, commercial information providers, business and financial databases, exhibition and conferences, consultants, web, trade associations, local agencies, FICCI, business links, government agencies from where you can collect a large number of secondary data for conducting the marketing research. Now, the most important thing is product or service market segmentation. See, there is a very important proverb called as one shoe does not fit to all. So, all products or service not meant for everybody. You need to do a lot of customization, and these customization can only be done when you know what is the profile of your customers, and accordingly you can segment them, and once you have done the segmentations, you can provide a customized product or a customized service to that users. So we have till now we have looked at all the facets of the 4 P's to 7 P's of marketing. Now, it is not important that you have to apply all the 7 P's of marketing at one go. You need to understand your organization's mandate. You need to understand your organization's objectives, and based on that you can come up with either 4 P's, 5 P's, 6 P's or 7 P's of marketing, and each one of them would be important as we go along from a product as well as in the service point of view. Thank you very much.